Hey, Vinny.
Yeah, Cardiff?
Do you want to go subreddit surfing? I wanna go subreddit surfing. Grab your phone, let's go subreddit surfing. Cause I wanna go subreddit surfing with you. We talk to folks from different subreddits because sometimes we just don't get it. We explore all kinds of subreddits. Subscribe now or you will regret it. Do you want to go subreddit surfing? I wanna go subreddit surfing. Grab your phone, let's go subreddit surfing. Cause I wanna go subreddit surfing with you. Vinny and Cardiff go subreddit surfing. Mondays at 8 we are subreddit surfing. 10 is too late for subreddit surfing. So be here now for subreddit surfing today.
Aloha, big kahunas, and everybody else. Welcome to another episode of Subreddit Surfing. I'm your host. My name is Vinny, and joining me as always, it's my best spud, Cardiff Electric. Hey, buddy.
Hi, Vinny.
How you doing there, Smiles? What you so happy about?
Well, I'm trying. I learned this technique. They say whatever you're feeling on the inside, put the opposite on your face. So,
I've been doing that since day one.
No. Actually, Vinny, I'm not feeling great today.
What's wrong?
I got scammed.
Who scammed you?
A guy came to my door. He knocked on my door.
Okay.
He said, "Hello there, Mr. Cardiff. My name is Hakeem Olajuwon, and I am a
Houston
Nigerian
Rockets
prince."
legend?
No, different Hakeem Olajuwon.
And he says he's a Nigerian prince?
Yes, and he's trapped in Nigeria. He can't get out.
But he's at your door.
See, this is where I started to think maybe this is too good to be true. But
You needed some help. You should have had somebody there with you.
I should have. I
You're
wish
like
there
a
was
child by yourself.
someone was there. Someone. If I could only put a lock and key on my old checkbook, because I wrote Hakeem Olajuwon a huge check.
Oh no! How much?
10 big ones, Vinny. 10 big ones.
$10.
But with that $10, he says I'm
Minnesotan?
now entitled to a percentage of millions once he is released from Nigeria. So
Well,
I'm excited.
I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like a pretty good investment.
I mean, sometimes you got to risk it. Vinny.
Well, I understand we're going to have a guest on tonight who knows a lot about scams and knows a lot about the subreddit we're going to surf today, which is all about scams, Cardiff. So maybe you can learn some tips so you won't get scammed again, you stupid idiot.
Have you ever been scammed, Vinny?
No, I don't think so.
No. I mean, not even like old school, like just got ripped off, scammed.
Yeah. Like I've been tricked at carnivals before.
Oh. What did they shove inside you?
Couple footlong hot dogs. No, I was with a girl and the dude was just like, I was like 19. No, I was younger than that. I was 18. It was right after I graduated. What the fuck?
You mentioned hot dogs.
What, you can't eat during the show? You can't eat during the show.
Apologize, Vinny. I'll put that away.
Okay. Now I'm hungry. So all I'm saying is the guy starts saying stuff to me like, "Come on, buddy, when your lady a teddy bear, come on, you can do it." And started that whole challenging my manhood stuff. And I probably dropped $40 trying to throw a fucking little thing around a milk container, a little ring.
I had
They don't even give me anything. That shit costs nothing. They took $40 from me, and they didn't even give me a penny anything.
But isn't that... maybe it's because of your lack of skill, Vinny. Maybe it was your lack of skill. Maybe it was a legitimate game that most people win after $4.
Cardiff,
yes,
let's
Vinny.
break this down for a second.
Please.
I'm the customer here, okay? I'm the customer. I'm the one putting the money down. And this guy's, number one, going to embarrass me in front of my date. He's going to con me with a rigged game. And here I am putting the money down, and he's still making me feel like an asshole. Can't he just say, "Hey, nice try, pal. Good effort. You know what?
Cookie.
Here's a fucking teddy bear that cost 83 cents. I'm gonna give it to your lady here, even though you just dropped 40."
Not the way the world works, Vinny. It's not the
I would
way
like
the
to-
world works.
I would like to
Like-
go to this. Barrister 1401, thanks for the $10. Holy crap, Vinny, have you lost weight? You look less grotesque. Yes, sir. In fact, today I beat
Thank you.
my goal for the first time on the treadmill. I hit
that
a goal.
power
personal goal. I plugged it in.
I'm kidding. You do look great, Vinny. You do look fantastic.
Well, I'm fucking running my ass off, but yeah, I beat my goal today, so I'm pretty happy for the first time.
Good. One goal I didn't beat
What's that?
is when a guy comes up to me and says, "I can sell you an entire case of cigarettes for $100,
Oh,
but I need you to give me the cash right now." So I needed a partner. I needed an investor to come in with me, $50 each.
So you went and found another friend and brought him in on the scam?
Yes, I only had $50, so we needed someone else. I needed the other 50. This was $1,000 worth of cigarettes, Vinny, that I was going to get for $100. How could I go wrong?
For the 10% for 10% of what they would normally go for.
It's regular convenience store markup. You know, that's what I figured. I was just buying wholesale from a guy wandering around a strip mall.
Now, here's my next question.
Yes.
It seems like the investment opportunity of a lifetime.
Yes.
What happened?
We gave them the money.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Wait right here. I'm going to go around the corner into this dark alleyway and come out with your case of cigarettes."
Why do I have the feeling that Joey C has done this trick?
And you know, the to this day, I wonder, why did we stand there thinking nothing was suspicious
How long
about him?
did you stand there?
Not until we heard the tires screeching. That's how long. we
Hey, you
stood there.
guys, stay over here. I'll be back here with your cigarettes in just a couple minutes. I got to go around the building over here. You two just wait right here. Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate doing business with you, gentlemen. I'll be right back. And then he just goes around the building. You hear tires screeching. And you
we
two look at
realize-
each other and what? Start sucking each other off? What do you do? Try hand jobs?
Yes,
Make each
of
other
course.
feel better?
I mean, we were going to do that anyway. But no, it was just one of those. We just looked at each other like, we both had the realization at the exact same time. Like, how are we this fucking stupid? Like,
Pretty
really,
much.
how the fuck? We didn't see any of these. We didn't see any of the telltale signs of a scam. We just thought this was a legitimate business opportunity. You know, fell off the back of a truck kind of thing, right? This guy just needed some quick cash, and we were going to be there to help this young man who, if I really think about it, had meth teeth. Almost definitely had meth teeth.
He had bad fucking teeth. He uses his product. He's a smoker.
Yes, probably. That's all. Yeah, he's just a good salesman. A good
Trust
salesman.
me, buddy. Trust me, buddy. I know good cigarettes. Look at my teeth. You can trust this smile. I know cigs.
But yeah, other than
What
that,
brand were these cigarettes supposedly?
Marlboros, Vinny.
Get the
Marlboros.
fuck.
A good brand of American cigarettes that I smoke.
Does Labatt make cigarettes by any chance? I'm just curious.
No.
Hey,
no.
hold on. Hold the
But my
process.
my pal Steve DeMaurier and I were both very upset.
Hey, you know what? My friend Steve DeMornay, he got ripped off in a parking lot for cigarettes. Can you believe that? Okay, hold on. Hunter Duke, my man.
Hey,
How you
Hunter.
doing, buddy? Thanks for the $4.99. Hell, you beautiful podcasters. You were very missed by the missus and me last week. Let's surf. Hell yeah, let's do it, buddy. Sorry about last week. You know, I had to do the Dick Show. It was scheduled for Sunday. Then they moved it, and we had been planning it for a while. So we were going to move everything to Tuesday, and we were all set to do it. And then my boss here at the club, he had a unfortunate incident in his life. His mother passed away that morning, and I ended up having to fill in for him. We had Are You Garbage here. So I ended up coming in and
Did you ask
working.
him the
So
question?
Ask them.
Yes.
No, I talked to Hank for a minute or two. I didn't really bother those guys. They had like a huge entourage with them.
I know, but I want to know if you were garbage for co-hosting a show with a potato.
No, I didn't get a chance to ask them that.
It's unfortunate. Great
But
show.
I could tell you.
And
Clearly.
I'm
garbage.
I think obviously. Now see, Vinny, it's amazing the empire you've built doing live podcasting ever since the great subreddit surfing live show paved the way for Are You Garbage? We're proud. We're proud that we were the first ever live podcast at
well, it's not like we had a live creep off show, then DabbleCon,
no.
then subreddit surfing.
It was subreddit surfing where you really cut your teeth and became the professional live podcaster that you are.
And then by the way, folks, DabbleCon 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's happening. Working on the final pricing for tickets.
$1 million.
That is for the Super Gold Bob Levy pass. He will eat blue cheese out of your ass for $1 million. Or like $50 if you just ask him.
Usually you don't even ask. It's just imposed on you.
Usually it's imposed on you, and then he slips you 50 after. It's it's a hell of an act.
It's a hell of an act. Wonderful.
Now, Cardiff, we need to get serious because I believe our guest has just arrived. We've talked a lot tonight about absolute.
Can I interrupt one last time?
No, absolute nonsense. That means nothing to anybody. Go ahead. What?
Well, just the Bob Blue Cheese thing. I've always wanted to tell the story of why Rich Voss originally blocked me on Twitter.
Okay.
Because I tweeted.
I don't talk to potatoes.
I tweeted at Rich Voss, and I said he was tweeting about a comedy gig, and I think in the comments I asked him, I go, "Are you still doing the blue cheese bit?"
And he blocked you.
And he said, "That was Levy, you fuck." And he blocked me.
I don't have time for all these guys. I'm a star. I don't have time for people messing up what bits I did. Oh shit, that's hysterical. Oh, good. Worst scam. This came from Barrister 1401. Again, thanks for the $5. Worst scam for me in Vegas. Smoking hot Hua gave her $1,000. Turned out she had a bigger schlong than Earl Skakel.
And the scam is where?
You get what you pay for, man.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, $1,000.
Hey,
you would expect a big hog for that.
Fuck, Vinny, you're going to be in Vegas soon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scams in Vegas.
I borrow $1,000.
Yeah, get Barrister 1401's contact list. But Vegas is, again, that's a place where you got to be on high alert.
Oh yeah,
man.
I'm
high alert for the scams in Vegas. That's for sure.
Listen, I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to be at wherever the venue is pretty much the whole time, and I'm going to do one fun thing in Vegas, Cardiff. I'm going to scratch something off the old bucket list.
Hemorrhoid?
You can't just scratch those off. You got to get nail clippers.
What's that, Vinny?
I just heard Jimmy freak out in the background.
For skin tags, obviously.
That's another live stream, folks. That's another live stream. I'm gonna go see Penn and Teller. I'm pumped. I've always wanted to see Penn and Teller.
I saw them like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. I have a picture.
Nobody told me this would be posting.
I have a picture with both of them. Did you know that?
No. Will you show it to me right now on the stream for everybody?
Yes, I will.
Great. I would love to see that, please. No scamming. No scamming. So, Cardiff,
great show. Enjoy.
Shut up now. We got to start talking about this subreddit.
Do we?
We're checking out a subreddit called r/scams. This is what they say about themselves. This is an educational subreddit focused on scams. It is our hope to be a wealth of knowledge for people wanting to educate themselves, find support, and discover ways to help a friend or loved one who may be a victim of a scam. Please read the rules. I will not I don't roll that way. I'm gonna ride dirty tonight. Please give posts appropriate descriptive titles. Joking comments, serious posts will be removed. Be civil. There are 772,000 members. 301 are online right now, and it is ranked in the top 1%. My camera keeps freezing. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Of Reddit. So we're excited to welcome our guest tonight, folks. He is going to be coming on, but I believe is going to be audio only. Please welcome to the stage, Scammy. Hi, Scammy.
Hey, guys.
Thank you for joining us. I'm going to tell you what, I really appreciate you using the voice changer. It makes everything you say sound way more ominous. I like it.
Okay, I can try another one.
Comedian. We got Cardiff. We got a comedian.
Leave the bits to me, sir or ma'am. So Scammy, in regards to scams, are you pro or against?
Very much against.
Okay, good. We wanted to make sure.
Now, Scammy, I know that you're obviously trying to stay very anonymous, and that's fine. But is there anything that you would like to tell our listeners about you or your experience with scams before we get started surfing this page and talking about some of these things?
Not much.
Perfect.
I promise. I speak more than this. But no, I would rather steer clear from me, and let's dive into whatever you want to dive into.
Okay.
Understood.
Well, I guess then, what got you passionate about this subreddit? Was it a personal experience, a family member, or something that got you? What first brought you to r/scams?
Whatever brings you into any subreddit really is just started reading some experiences from people, and first you get like an idea that the things are like the stories, until you hear something that I don't even remember which one, but it was like a story that resonated, like like a family member or something, and that I realized the subreddit was actually real and that they were helping people. So I started I passed from lurking into commenting, and I think it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been around, and yeah, exactly like you described. Like the purpose of the subreddit is the purpose of me participating in it. I try to be there to help people identify scams or help people like learn the details so they can, teach other people. I think that's the thing. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that then. I think that a good use of our time while we talk would be to discuss some of the more common scams that you've heard about or seen on this subreddit. What would you say is the most common scam people are falling for right now?
I would say crypto and job scams. Crypto because it's we can go in detail when we try to see something about it, but crypto because it's like trending, and job scams because people are always looking for a job, and then there's scammers taking advantage of people.
Like one thing I noticed going through the sub was, again, you say crypto. It's the most effective scams, I would say, right now are the ones that are the newest, like you said, trending, really, where there's a lot of kind of people behind it. Like we all remember 1999 getting that email from our bank saying, click here, your account has been disabled, right? Like we've seen that enough times. That's probably not very effective anymore. I'm sure that some people still fall for it. I'm sure some people it still, hits.
You would be surprised. People still fall for the Nigerian prince.
It came to my door earlier. I don't know if you heard.
So that's what I mean. It's like you would be surprised. There's always new people for old scams.
It's wild because everything comes back in fashion. I feel like they're always going to find a way to repurpose, an old winner. If it worked for a while, it'll probably work again. And
think of the cost. Like sending those emails is basically free. It doesn't involve to cast a wide net, and then somebody may fall for that.
Well, like let's go back to Vinny. What was that movie where the guy would go through the death announcements in the paper, find someone who died, get a Bible, and write their name on the cover, and then show up at the widow's door saying, "Oh, I have the Bible that your husband who just died yesterday ordered. He wanted me to give it to you." Like, and then they sell him the fucking Bible for $500. What was that movie? The Paper Moon, I think.
I don't know if I've ever seen that movie, but
Oh,
that's
really?
actually that's probably a pretty old one. You
Yeah,
know,
like that's people have been scamming forever, right? So now it's just moved digitally, but
sure.
it's
Well,
it's
Scammy, can I ask you to help me out with something here? You mentioned earlier job scams.
Yep.
What type of ways are they conning people who are out looking for jobs?
Well, there are two ways, I think, two big categories of job scams. And again, when I start describing these scams to you guys, you probably think they are not very clever.
Mhm.
And maybe your audience may think so as well, because when you're discussing scams and you're like dissecting them, the scams, everything seems so obvious.
Mhm.
But you need to see them from the people's perspective. So somebody looking for a job is very desperate. So they get like an offer for a remote job that pays well, and they try it out, and maybe they get paid at the beginning, and then they keep going until they get scammed. You have to see it from their perspective. So one way a job scam works is that we see it a lot. It involves receiving a fake check, which is one of the big ones. A lot of the scams we see, there's like different types of scams, but a lot of them involve fake checks. I would say you get an offer. You get an offer for a job, like it's remote, pays well, looks great, whatever. You go through an interview. The interview looks real. You basically nail something, and they tell you, okay, so for you to work for us, you need to get. We're gonna pay for your computer. We're gonna pay for your printer. You need a desktop. You need something, right? And you go, okay, great. So we're gonna cut you a check, and then send you a check. And then you deposit the check. And there's a thing about checks, and this is for everybody listening. Never take a check from somebody you don't know. Or I would say, never take a check from somebody you cannot punch in the face. So checks have a
Good
thing,
rule. Good rule.
at least in the
I
States.
have the same policy with blowjobs.
Okay.
Wait,
I
what?
figure. So the thing is, in the States, if you deposit a check, banks are obligated to make money available to you in a business day. And then they can take their time to bounce it. So you deposit a check, and the next day you see the money in your account, and you say, okay, it's cleared. This is real. And then you go ahead with whatever the scammer told you to do. Then what the bank does is they send the check to the originating bank, which, mind you, the scammers never cut you a check from your same bank.
Right.
And then that check usually travels by snail mail. And then it takes a long time to reach to usually a small credit union. And that is the institution that bounces it. So then your bank gets like a call or a fax, probably a fax, saying, okay, this check is bad. So they remove the money from your account. The thing is, the scammers convince you to do something between the time you deposited it and the time it bounced, which may take weeks.
Okay,
So
can
I
you just
imagine
give
they
me
give a lot of
examples?
checks.
So that example from the job scams is they tell you to buy a computer, to buy a printer, and you buy it from a fake vendor that they control. So you use your card to buy shit that's never gonna come. They take your money from your card, and then you're golden, because in the end, you saw your money in your account, and then a couple of weeks later, the bank takes the money from your
Okay, so I want to make sure I have this straight. What's going on is they will say, okay, you're hired. We think you're great. Welcome to our company. But in order for you to work remotely for us, we're going to need you to purchase a computer that has this level of power, encryption, these programs, this, that, and the other, and a printer. So we're going to provide you the money to do that. But what we're going to tell you to do is use this website because we know we get the best price through them. So we're going to send you the check when you get the money. Buy it, let us know when you have it, and we'll start you working. So they see the money, they buy the stuff through a fake website that these people control. So you are dipping into your own bank account with your own money and paying them. And the original money that they thought they were in there is being bounced from their bank so that it is going to be removed from your bank, but you already spent your own money on their garbage that's never going to come. So they might get you for $1,500 or $2,000 while you're out there trying to look for a job. That's incredible. People fall for it.
It's usually $4,000.
$4,000?
We usually see fake checks for $4,000 when they do this. So they usually is like a MacBook or an iMac or something like.
We need to get a Mac. Yeah. Okay.
You immediately spend $4,000, and then the Windows and the whatever. It's never, everything's fake. So people realize they've been scammed pretty fast, but then they get hit when the bank bounces the money, and then they sink into reality that they actually lost money. It's not just they've been duped, they actually spend their own money, like you said.
Now, let me ask you this question, Scammy. When that situation happens, do you know how a bank handles it if you report it? Hey, I was defrauded by this fake website. Does insurance cover that? Are you going to get that money back, or are you just completely out?
It depends. Usually, I don't want to give people any fake hope.
Certainly.
But sometimes the bank catches up with the fraud. Sometimes, but then if you use your debit card, it may be a bigger hassle. There's a bunch of outcomes. Usually people get screwed. Yeah.
I think a lot of times it's like they almost want money wired or e-transferred or something like that, because that's almost impossible to get back.
That's the other thing. Yeah, people.
The credit card you can get reversed, but
and then if they get you to send crypto, which is a variant of this, then you're basically screwed. Because if you convert your money into crypto and then you send crypto, your bank doesn't give a shit because you use your card to buy crypto. If you send the crypto elsewhere, there's no way for your bank to reverse that, because you bought crypto. You didn't get screwed up by the purchase of crypto. You purchased crypto and you received it. So the bank is never gonna refund you for that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Stoneman623, here's a good tip. If they use Venmo or anything like that, you are ass out. Is that true?
Mostly yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and just for the record, the IRS, their Venmo is not Big Booty 69. Lest anyone be scammed. That is not the IRS Venmo.
Show over. Kidding.
I've actually taken one of those guys, one of those calls from the IRS, all the way to the end, like as far as I could, where they got to the point where they wanted me to go to Western Union and send a wire transfer to Steve Paul in India. Like they had some shill name set up in Indiana where I had to send them wire transfer. It was insane.
That makes a lot of sense. Captain Kickass Scammy would like to know if you could talk a little bit more about the Bitcoin scam and ways that people con you out of your Bitcoin.
Well, I don't know what Captain Kikas refers to specifically.
Sure. There's a
But
lot.
we can talk a lot about how crypto sucks because since it's basically crypto is perfectly traceable, but at the same time it's untraceable. Like you can totally deal with crypto and remove your identity from the transactions. So I don't know specifically what.
Yeah, because
Captain here's.
Yeah, the currency itself could be the scam. There's people wrapped around it selling it that are scamming. There's people using it in scam. Like there's a lot of levels where crypto is just it complicated. I guess
it's complicated. It's a good idea. It's a good idea, but it's being exploited for. I mean, it's been reported on how much money, I don't even know the number, but how much money from drug trafficking and human trafficking goes through crypto. And it's not Bitcoin specifically, it's crypto in general. But like you say, there's also the fake crypto. So the whole concept of crypto scams is varies a lot.
Oh, there you go. So this is what Captain Kick has talked
about.
Oh,
so this is
sites, yeah. They take your money, but won't let you take it out. So it's just money in, nothing out.
Yeah. So this is a variation, and that's it. That's one of the most common ones that we see. I would say the key here is fake crypto. So you're not actually buying crypto at all. Or basically just sending your money, or you're buying crypto, sending it to this fake crypto people to convert it to something they're never gonna get because it's not real.
I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show, but it's like my case of cigarettes in the dark alley around the corner. I just gave the guy my money, and I never got my cigarettes. There's nothing in the alley.
In the end, there are all variations of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Luigi Greenberg. Hi, Luigi. Thanks for being a member. Cryptocurrency has no intrinsic value. Either does regular currency, sir. It's all based on subjective values assigned to it through the market. New offerings happen every day that have no value whatsoever, but collect investor money. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think crypto could be its own thing, because I mean, I think it's traded like a stock, but it's supposed to be like they're supposed to be currencies. I think if we just agreed on one, if Bitcoin was the one, I think there'd be less of that stuff kind of going on, but it's very strange. I don't understand it. I'm too stupid, Vinny. Too dumb.
Well, you're a potato. It's all right.
That's true.
So, Scammy, you told me the basic ones are, they're actively looking for people who are desperate, right? Like they know the type of person that they're looking for these scams, and they try to cast a wide net. Are there specific things that you should kind of look out for? That I mean, everybody thinks this is so obvious, but sometimes, like you said, it isn't. Are there any types of red flags to keep an eye out for?
Well, in general, everything can be it's kind of dumb to try to sum up everything, but too good to be true situation. Too good to be true should be tattooed in people's foreheads. Related to crypto, for instance, or related to investments. There's a lot of scams going around of people getting this our captain mentioned.
So those
to put money somewhere. Sorry.
There's scams that are playing at your greed, like the crypto scams.
Yeah.
The scams that are they play at your desperation for the jobs. What else do they use as to their advantage? What else do the scammers use to their advantage to kind of get you? Because they got to get you open to hearing what they're saying, right? So whether it's the desperation, the greed, the fear.
Fear is a big one. Fear is a big one. We can talk about extortion scams, or you get an email saying, I got you on camera, and send me this money because otherwise I'm going to show your video elsewhere. And those are the type of white net casting type of scams that everybody gets an email until you get somebody who believes it and they start to freak out. But then there's the other variation of the extortion that it's real extortion. You go, you meet somebody online, you video chat with each other, you start doing things on camera, and all of a sudden the person that is in front of you turns around and says, okay, I just taped you. I'm going to show this to all your friends and family. And that is a big one. That is extortion 101, people getting scared. And of course they pay. They pay because they don't want your video to be
put out
to be shown around. That is a big one.
Let me ask this question because I've always wondered this. I've heard about these scams in particular where, in fact, I was reading one on this page earlier. And how do they figure out how much to blackmail somebody for? Like, I would assume a lot of these people don't have a pot to piss in. They're playing around and cranking their dick on the internet. I mean, some of them probably do. A lot of them probably don't. But how do they, like, figure out a sweet spot of a number that somebody would actually pay?
Well, they start with a number and then they negotiate down. So it's as simple as that. There's a scammer extorting you. They say, well, I need $1,000. And then you go, okay, I don't have that. Well, can you do 500?
I guess any money for the scammer is profit, right?
Sure.
Yeah, basically what they need is the first payment, and then they can start racking it up because it doesn't end there. If somebody actually has you on camera and shows you the video and tells you, okay, I need $1,000, and then you go, I don't have that. Well, you go ask your friends or something, and then they see you don't respond or something. Okay, let's make it 200, and then you pay. Okay, say $200. I'll pay.
Okay.
It doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. The guy's got to say, okay, now I want 500 because they know you paid, and once you paid, you have been fished. You took the bait, and now you belong to a smaller population of people who would actually pay to have the video deleted. Of course, they're never going to delete it. They're always going to be asking you for more.
Josh from Jersey says, my friend actually got that scam, sent a dick pic to they ended up sending a dick pic to his mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Hey.
At some point, you're going to have to ask yourself, how much money are you willing to lose for your mother-in-law to not see that? And we try to convince people to either, be willing to lose all their money or to start feeling confident about what they do. I mean, everybody masturbates. So, I mean, it's awful. It's awful to be shown your video to a mother-in-law.
Maybe she'll be into it. Who knows?
I mean, totally. Yeah, no, but I mean, is that I remember one person coming to our sub, I would say a couple of years ago, telling the story about his father who fell into that. And this son came to us saying, what can I do for my dad? Because he keeps paying and he keeps paying and paying. And the guys are never gonna stop harassing guy.
Scammy, how old was the dad, you think?
He was retiree.
Okay.
And the guy paid $320,000. And they were not going away because the more you pay, why am I letting you go? You're a
why would it ever stop?
Yeah.
Why would it ever stop?
The guy was like, a prominent member of his neighborhood, society, whatever. And the son would come to us saying, what can I do to tell my dad to just stop? It's never going to stop. You're a big fish. They're never going to leave you alone.
Okay.
So
Okay. So what happens when people like you said, there's two ways that this goes. Either they're just full of shit or they really do have something. If they really do have something, I mean, what's the best thing to do if you get an email like this? Ignore it?
no, the situation in which you actually they have something from you, it comes from a live chat. It's never from an email. If you get an email saying I got a video from you, it's bullshit 100% of the time. Because if they had something, they would show it to you. I would attach the file to the email, So anybody listening to this, it is 100% fake. Now, if the situation comes from you chatting with a nice person, and that nice person turns out to not be that nice, and then they show the recording to you, of course, now it's a different league. It's a different situation.
Yeah.
What should you do? We recommend that you go private in all your social media for a while, for like a couple of months probably, and then suck it up, man. That's the only way. Just stop interacting. For the most part, we see that scammers just lose interest because they're not in the business of, distributing your nudes. But
Right.
of course,
the scam is they don't give a shit about getting you or making you look bad. They just want to, in the moment, get you to cough up the cash.
yeah, but we are still very careful about promising people that, because we see once in a while a scammer that is just a psycho, and then it's like, okay, you don't want to pay, fuck you, and make you an example. So we are very careful about promising people that everything's going to be okay. So yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue. Finish your sentence.
No. That's what I mean. Is like, that's what we recommend. It's just stop talking, and it may happen or it may not happen. But the reality is there's no money in the world that is going to make that video disappear. So yeah.
Okay.
But at some point, the scammer might just get tired of not getting anything from you and move on.
Oh, sure. That's my opinion, but it's not what we usually tell people. We usually tell people there's two choices. You either pay and they don't leave you alone, or you don't pay and they don't leave you alone. So in that two possibilities, you better keep the money, man. Like, if they leak your video, just keep your money and get over it. So yeah.
Well, I guess my question was going to be this. It sounds like you've had some experience talking to people who've dealt with some real lunatics. Can you tell me about like a real crazy person out there scamming that people have come across and like the havoc that it wreaked?
I would say that it's not about because usually the reports that we get are like one-offs, right? And there's no way for you to link one story to the other, unless it's like a fake website and then you get a couple of reports, or somebody posts about like fake crypto and there's a lot of comments of people saying, oh, I fell for that too. So I don't think I have the sexy answer that you want to hear, but I can tell you what I think is messed up in the head is people, going, searching for like vulnerable seniors, people losing all their retirement money. That is fucked up. I think that's fucked up.
I know a poor old lady who got conned into buying a house in Cape Coral, Florida, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that another time. I feel like we didn't talk about the senior citizens.
Oh,
scam.
John's mom.
Who? No, I guess my question is, we didn't talk about the seniors yet, and they seem to be the most vulnerable people out there. Is that right? I mean, they're probably number one on the list of people to go after with this stuff because of ignorance, right?
I tend to think that, But then there's a lot of people, and I agree. There's potential there that report that, or that say that there's reports that actually the younger generation are more vulnerable because it's a numbers game.
Awesome.
So the more young people online you get exposure, the more exposure means more victims. So, both could be true. But I agree about the vulnerability. I agree that people need to sit down with their parents and their grandparents and have certain conversations. It is not, sometimes it's related to actually people aging and they're not like as capable as before. Sometimes it's related to them not being tech savvy.
But
There's
I
a lot
think they're
going
probably
on.
the most, even not being tech savvy, they're probably the most victimized with the phone scams, I would assume.
Yeah. I would.
Well, now think that now grandparents have the same amount of internet access as younger people do. So the whole phone scams, it's, I think, going away. Yeah. I mean, it's still happening, but I think
why am I getting
elders,
9,000 phone calls from these numbers that I have? Like, I have all this stuff blocked on my phone, but I get calls all the time from these bullshit companies.
yeah, I don't pick up my phone anymore.
Yeah.
Who picks up their phone?
They're texting too.
Yeah,
I mean, texting scams to you.
I don't pick up my phone for it. I just know what it is because like there's a voicemail option. I'll get like a voicemail and the thing will show up and it'll just say like it was just some robot telling me about car warranties.
So to
that was
the people we
answer.
usually recommend that they don't even pick up the phone. Like let your voicemail pick it up, or if you have Google Assistant, it may pick up the phones for you. But then the text, like you said, text also, like, don't even respond to a text that you don't recognize.
Well, there was one that I got once, and I figured it out pretty quickly because again, I knew I felt something was up right away. But so they text you your Visa card number, and they give you the first 4 digits of your Visa card. So Visa card number starting with 1234 XXXXX has been compromised. Click here, whatever. I quickly learned that every bank's Visa card starts with the same 4 digits.
4 numbers.
Yeah.
But they happen to get me where I had that card in my wallet where for a second I was ready to click something, right?
And a lot of people click.
Weird.
Yeah, because you confuse the first with the last 4, and people don't realize exactly what you said.
Right. They got something right. It must be the bank.
Now, what happens when you click on that link?
It's usually people fear that clicking links lead to viruses on your computer. It's not usually bad. Like computers right now, if you have your browser up to date, it usually picks up anything that's weird. On your phone, you cannot install anything without actually tapping the thing like that says, are you sure you want to install this? So what happens is usually you land in a website that looks very similar to your bank, and they have you put your username and password. That's what mostly happens.
Okay, got
Which via email it's called phishing, and then through text they call it another way that I don't even remember.
I looked to show this post here because I think this is a good spot to show this. This is why I think that this particular subreddit is a wonderful reference. Look at this. This was a post on there, and it says, "Spot the difference. Maybank2u.com is not the same as Maybank2u.com. Citibank.com is not the same as Citibank.com. The first one is correct. The second one is from hackers, and the difference here is the A is used in the Syriac alphabet as opposed to what's the other alphabet? I don't even know. Jesus, I'm stupid. An average internet user, the King James alphabet. An average internet user can easily fall for this. Be careful for every mail recording you to click on this link. So just changing the fonts could send you to a different.
Is that real?
Page? Is this accurate?
Yes and no. Okay. So because if you click on the one with the Russian letter, your browser is going to show a very weird URL on top. And if you pay attention, it's like actually weird. It starts with an X. I don't remember the name of the whole thing, but it's like your browser can interpret letters from other alphabets. But when you see it on the address bar, it's super weird. Like it's like a lot of letters and numbers and whatever. So you have to be not paying attention to what you see on the web browser when you open the website. And on the other hand, if you have the latest browser, they usually, like, you get an alert that says, hey, you just clicked on a link that has, different characters or something. So while that is a fair warning, that I'm not going to say this is not real, it is less prevalent because I think it got like patched in a way, like your browser tells you.
So
hey, this
this is a scam that maybe isn't quite as dangerous, but it does exist. I gotcha.
I mean, if you fall for it right now, it's because you're not looking at your address bar when you are, because you can click on anything and then the thing opens a tab. The lesson here, it doesn't matter. The lesson is always look at your browser, look at your address bar, and make sure that that matches the website you want to put your credentials in.
Look at the email address that it's coming from, because
exactly
the National Bank's security team isn't going to use nationalbanksecurity@gmail.com.
Exactly. And you don't know how many people come to our sub not knowing how to check the from address, because on mobile, your app, if you want to see the from address, you have to expand the thing. And we keep explaining people how to expand the thing. And of course, a lot of people don't know that, institutions don't use Gmail accounts. It's just humans who do. Again, this may sound so silly, but there's a lot of people who don't know this.
So
I'm sorry. I just want to thank Brian Workman for the $5 in the super chats. Verification is the worst enemy of a scammer. Legitimate companies don't mind you being thorough, even borderline paranoid. They want your business. Okay. You got to have your two-way verification on people for everything. It doesn't hurt.
So I have to agree with Brian. I have to agree, because one thing that I think he's mentioning here is, like, if you get a call, for instance, you get a call from somebody that says, this is your bank, and I need you to, give me the PIN to your account or something. If that were really your bank, the rep doesn't give a shit. So if you tell the rep that it's calling you, okay, give me your name, give me your number, or give me your extension number. I'm going to call the bank, call the extension, and look, ask for you. If it's the real employee, the employee doesn't give a shit. It's going to say, okay, just call me. If it's a scammer, the scammer is going to pressure you, saying, oh, don't hang up. I'm here. It's me, whatever. Is going to try to convince you that they're real, when in reality, remember, all the reps, like Brian says here, they want your business, but also they're very underpaid. They don't give a shit. So your bank is never going to worry about you hanging up and calling back. Always call back.
Well, I would like to say that that is really wonderful advice. It is always smart to create some type of trail to know who you're talking to, especially if it's going to be for sensitive stuff. So that's a wonderful tip. Thank you, Scammy, for that. And thank you for the super chat, Brian. Josh from Jersey, he's making a really good point here, too. Local cougars in my town are not, I repeat, not trying to meet me.
Yes, they are.
How do you know?
They're within 1 mile of you right now.
Click, Josh. Click immediately. Now. And make sure you put in your social security number when you get there.
I want to pull one up here. It's just a post from the sub Scammy, but what I'm gathering from this is somebody is trying to use this woman's lost dog to hack her Google account or his Google account. What then is the goal of that? Like, I mean, they're going to get their email, they're going to get their information. What's the next move? I guess is just to ransom them back their Google account.
Can you show? Okay, yeah.
Well, so here's the text. So this woman lost her dog, or cat, whatever, and she had, put up signs with her phone number and her probably email address and pictures of the dog, right? So someone texts her. He's like, "Hey, I found your cat. Oh my God, are you sure? Can you send some pictures?" The scammer replies, "Yes, she's with me. But now I want to verify that you are the real owner with a 6-digit code. Can you send me the code?" So I imagine at this moment they're trying to change her Google password and are hoping that she'll get that.
There's two ways this can go. It's either you're sharing your code, which you should never do. You get a code from a bank, don't even give your code to the bank. To, like you say, to lose access to your Google account, or it could be to set up a Google Voice phone number account. Google Voice, it's like a virtual phone number that you can set up with your Google account.
Because they can't do that internationally. They have to have a local
Exactly.
account.
So those are the two ways. We usually see that more with Google Voice accounts rather than your taking over your Gmail, because you can take it back. While the Google Voice scam, it is a very clever one because Google fails to give you a way of checking if your phone number has been used to verify a Google Voice account. If you want to undo what a scammer just did, you have to sign up for Google Voice yourself, which is bullshit, if you ask me. But, that's the way. People don't realize that they've been participants of allowing somebody from overseas to get an American number, because in the end, it didn't cost you anything, right? It just gave you a PIN. It didn't, you didn't lose your access to your account, and it mostly goes unreported, I think. But yeah, and they use this not only for this pet thing, it's also people from Facebook Marketplace trying to buy something or sell something, and they tell you, "I'm going to verify you." Never trust somebody who says, "I'm going to verify you through a PIN."
Okay, well, actually, you bring up a good point there. The Facebook Marketplace stuff. There's a scam there. I've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Vinnie has bought many of my used underwear through Facebook Marketplace. But a lot of times when I'm selling something,
I needed a pair of them to use as a backyard movie screen.
Yes, it's the wrong color. Not sure what movie you were watching in brown vision, but what's the scam where people are messaging you and they want you to ship something? Like you're selling I'm selling a box of bullshit, like whatever, not just garbage, but they want you to ship it to some far off place. Like, where's the scam there? Where do I get ripped off? Like, I always just tell them fuck off and move on. But where's the scam there when they want you to ship something? How am I getting screwed?
So the first reaction of people thinking that they're actually want to steal your shit. Like, I know your underwear is valuable, but nobody wants your underwear. So when you're selling like a used phone and they want you to ship it, they are not interested in your phone. They're actually interested in taking your money. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's like sleight of hand. It's like sleight of hand with magicians. They want you looking at something while they do something completely different.
Yes. And it's so bizarre to think that you are the guy selling something. How can they steal money from you if you're the one selling?
Yeah.
And we call that a fake payment scam. So you are selling a phone and you're asking for $200, and the guy says, "Okay, I'm going to pay you. Give me your Venmo or your Selly or something." And they usually ask you to send them your email address to verify your account or something. And people don't think about it. Like Venmo, you don't need to send your email. You don't have to send your phone number. You just have a handle.
Yeah.
And so you go ahead, you need the money. So you give them your email and they send you an email, again, for people who don't check the from address. And it's a fake email from a fake PayPal or Venmo or something saying, oh, you just received money from this guy, but the account is locked because it's a business account or some bullshit. And then to unlock the money, you have to deposit $50. The concept of that is what we call an advanced fee scam, meaning that you are paying money to receive money. You pay a fee in advance to unlock some sort of money. So a fake payment scam is essentially an advanced fee scam. And so, like you say, sleight of hand. You are very focused on getting rid of this cracked screen phone for $200, and you say, okay, I'm gonna just deposit $50. And of course, you're not depositing anything. You're paying that money into another account, or you are using a fake website, or you're putting your credentials in a lookalike PayPal or lookalike Venmo.
And then obviously you're never going to get that $200, and maybe you still send out the phone, right?
Yeah. The thing is, they don't want the phone, basically. They are usually not in your area. Yeah, they want your money. And if it's $50, think a lot of people say, well, they go through all that trouble for $50. I don't know, man. If I can make $50 a day, like $100 a day for free, it's not about scammers being overseas and the currency rate is favorable to them, and $50 is a lot of money in a third world country. Think if that happening in the States, $100 a day for free is a lot of money.
But scammy, doesn't this seem like a lot of work for $100?
No.
I mean, like you said, well, you have to cast a wide net. You got to send out all these emails. You got to deal with all these people who are asking you a million questions while you're trying to con them before you get to the point. And most people probably don't even answer back. So
would you rather flip burgers? I don't know, man.
Into his mouth?
Yeah, there's two questions here. There's two questions in front of me now. I guess I'm just saying that it seems like
it is a job.
It's got to be a job.
It is a job. It is not crazy people. It is not. That's the thing. It is not crazy people. It's not sociopaths. It's a job. It's a shitty job. It's a job that we want to stop. We are in the business of teaching people how to avoid getting scammed. Mm-hmm. But in the end, those people are, putting their hours trying to scam people. It is work. I mean, if it weren't profitable to them, they wouldn't be doing it. Again, it's not crazy people. It's not. They're just people taking money. They're making a living out of this. This is a business.
Well, I've seen some videos. Like I follow Kit Bunga and a couple other channels on YouTube, and I've noticed just watching some of these that a lot of the people, when they show like overseas call centers that concentrate on calling America or the fake Microsoft scam and those things, those people seem to be just getting paid by the hour. Like they're just hourly employees that go clock in at a call center. Like it's their day job.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. Like there's levels to this. You have the one-offs. You have people in your neighborhood who are scammers. You have people overseas that work alone or work with friends. And then you have the call centers. And that is what separates things into like leagues, different leagues. So there's actual call centers, there's actual agencies. Going back to one of the first questions from your audience, like fake crypto websites, those are very, very good. Those look really good. People thinking, oh, this website looks like shit. It's probably a scam. Yeah, of course. That's an easy spot. There's a lot of good fake websites out there, like good crypto websites. They look really good. Those employ real developers, real designers, real QA analysts. People don't realize there's a big business behind this. Those call centers that you see in Kit Bunga or in Jim Browning, those operate like agencies. And those people are employees. They work on commission or not. It depends. So a lot of this is actual organized crime. And that is why I'm off camera. And this is why I'm modulating my voice, because what we do on this sub is disrupting a big business. It's disrupting a big operation and organized crime. Then there's a lot of, stupid scammers around, whatever. But a lot of this is a multi-billion-dollar a year thing. So,
hey, Scammy, let me ask you a question, and tell me if I'm crazy here. Are there governments involved? Okay. Are there governments involved in some of this scamming with crypto?
So, yes, in my opinion, in my very humble opinion. But
I came across some things online that some countries in particular are out there just straight up making a budget, part of their budget, from scamming crypto.
Yeah. Yes. Bottom line, yes. Think of this. There's a lot of international scamming that goes unpunished. First, because your local law enforcement has like limited budget. Then it has to be a big thing to become like a federal thing. And then you have to cross borders and have some cooperation with whatever law enforcement is on the other side to make it worthwhile. And then there's interest from certain governments on just not prosecuting the thing because they're bringing money in. That's as simple as that. It doesn't, you don't need a big conspiracy. It's just money coming in. So why are you going to stop that? Of course, you have to show that you're doing something like Jim Browning or Kit Boga or Mark Rover. They have beautiful stories of prosecuting call centers with the cooperation of local law enforcement from whatever country that happened. And they have to, of course, prosecute it because it's good PR. But I'm willing to bet the majority of it's get swept under the rug because it's money coming in, man. It's not. You don't need a conspiracy to confirm that.
Producer Jimmy, did you see the post I just had on the screen?
With the text message? Oh, that, yes. Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I got it.
Stop distracting Vinny. He's now watching
please.
Helga on his fourth.
I am not watching Helga. I am just going to tell Jimmy, you know what to do, Jimmy. You have your instructions.
Yes.
Stop distracting Vinny.
Hey, can we catch up on a couple of super chats real quick?
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's do those, Jimmy. If you don't mind scamming, we're gonna hit a couple of these. Netclue 2.0. Thanks for the $2. Someone post Chad Zumak sets to r/scams. Let's not do that, but that's funny.
Ananami. Thanks for the $2. Abukaki.
Classy bunch we got tonight. Big Papa, thanks for the $2. PSA, ABC, always be checking who sent the email. Good advice, Big Papa.
Gaseous, thanks for the $5. Help. I'm drowning in a scam pool and an Oompa Loompa is dragging my head underwater.
Yikes.
Thank you, Gaseous.
All
Sorry
right.
about the Oompa Loompa.
So
I don't know if we addressed JT in the bidding. Thank you, JT, for being.
Oh, JT, put JT back up
for 5 months.
OG, right there. That's the man. We love you, JT. Thank you, buddy, for supporting the show. Shane M 1980, my favorite LSU Tigers fan. Thanks for the $10. I wasn't sure about this episode's topic, but really good. Great job. A lot of that goes to you, Scammy. So thank you for being such a
I was worried that this was going to be a very serious thing, and I don't want to be a bummer to people, but I appreciate that people appreciate this.
Yeah. There's just a lot of basic things that we don't think about. So it's nice to take a second sometimes, goof around, laugh a little bit, and give yourself a little bit of a refresher. So you really are doing a service, Scammy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Appreciate you.
Now,
man.
Scammy, a lot of the scams we see on the subreddit, they're very quick. They're quick interactions. They're a couple clicks. They're let's get your money as quickly as possible and move on to the next one. But I think you sent Jimmy some information. You highlighted a scam, which the amount of complexity in this, the amount of levels of people involved in this is fear-inducing. But would you like to discuss pig butchering at all? Even the title, pig butchering, is so.
I'm hungry. I don't know about you guys. I'm hungry now.
It's porchetta time.
It's definitely the most profitable, and that to just wrap your head around the amount of money that these guys make. Explain the amount of dedication, and this goes to our previous conversation about, isn't it a lot of work? Yeah, but it's a big payout. So what's been dubbed as pig butchering. Pig butchering means a type of scam that if you are the victim, you're the pig, and the scammer is feeding you and fattening you up until one day, a long time later, they butcher you and they eat you, basically. So pig butchering refers to that concept. Like, this is a long con. It is you getting, like, sweet talked into something, and we're not talking about days. Usually they take months. So it's set up in two categories. You have your investment related, like purely investment related pig butchering scams, but then you have the romance angle of the pig butchering. So those are two aspects of the same scam. It's a long con. So you start a conversation with somebody, and they gain your trust, and then you keep talking to them, and sometime later you all of a sudden become like trapped in their web of lies. So for like what an investment angle would be, if you're talking to somebody and you basically believe that they're like very successful people, that they make this a lot of money, and they can teach you how to make a lot of money like them. And basically you're basically taught into putting your money in your fake investments.
But it starts more off, like, as you said, like a friendship, like a romantic almost aspect to it, where and then all of a sudden, once they've built a relationship with you, once they become your friend, once they've convinced you to do a show every Monday night on YouTube with them, then all of a sudden,
am I gonna get butchered? Am I gonna get butchered? Is that what this is? You set me up, potato.
I put almost 2 years into this, Vinny.
Surprise.
But yeah, so then the scammer shifts the relationship, starts just talking about telling stories like, hey Vinny, you wouldn't believe it. Like, now that we're friends, Vinny, you wouldn't believe it. I've got this great business opportunity. I'm making so much money. It's amazing. And oh, it's great. And then I'm looking at the pig butchering. A lot of times the pigs are probably asking for, bring me in. Like, they're not even they're at the point where they don't even have to be sold, where they're begging for
I
it.
thought we were friends.
Yeah, we were friends.
Let me in on this.
Yeah, let me make money too. No. I want to make money. I like money.
Oh no.
Is that kind of the way it goes, Scammy?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Are these people that they meet in person, or is this like online relationships?
It's usually online. I mean, for in person, the concept of the catfish. There's catfishes, but they make Netflix specials on them. The reality is most of them don't even meet. And there's there is a very interesting video from one of these scam baiters, Jim Browning. He, I don't know, last month, I think, or 2 months ago, he released a video. It's very interesting to watch about one of those employees from one of those call centers basically caught up that his job was actually scamming people, and he resigned. And before resigning, he filmed the whole operation from the inside and share the footage with Jim Browning so people can understand. Sorry, what?
I believe I saw this. I'm sorry.
Yes, probably. It was a very good report. And you could see that they actually employed a very, very beautiful woman. And this very beautiful woman was in charge of having short video chats with the victims once in a while. So they are like actually hooked, because it's no longer a recording. There's no longer just chatting. Once in a while, she was sharing her face on camera. So we are talking about actually very well put operations. And behind that, you had very capable, operators chatting with you, very persistent, very good teams behind it. I promise you, those guys have QA. Those guys have metrics. It's not just guys in a basement. It's big operations. So,
and these are mostly these operations, I'm sorry, are mostly overseas. Yeah.
I would say yes, because if it happens in the same country, it's easy to prosecute. Like if you catch up with them, so it's safer for them to be overseas because it requires like international cooperation.
Yeah, they didn't commit a crime in their country, so it's a lot more complicated.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier to clock a 9 to 5, get all these people doing their job and looking like a legit business. People aren't going to be paying attention to what you're doing at that point.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, okay. They somehow befriend you. They put this woman on the line with you so that they, assure you that it's a real person and you think you know who you're talking to. What general types of things are they trying to get you to invest in? Real estate, stocks, crypto mostly?
It's usually crypto or some bullshit bonds or stocks. Yeah. Now what we are seeing more is like a bullshit pitch on AI trading, whatever the fuck that means. And people buy it because AI is on everything. So, there's a platform that uses the power of AI to trade for you and be one step ahead from the big guys. Like, fuck off. You're never gonna
AI is the new crypto. I guess it's a new hot thing. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
So people buy that shit because it's a good pitch. I don't know.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi,
Scammy,
Wendy.
can you say hi to Wendy?
Hey, Wendy.
There you go, Wendy. You got Scammy saying hi to you. Not Jimmy, though. He stinks.
Yeah. Jimmy, say hi to Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Like you mean it. Like you mean it.
Hi, Wendy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good boy.
Yeah, I guess AI is the hot topic. People are looking for that investment.
Yeah. And what we say, we usually, an investment scams happen in every scale. It doesn't need to be big butchering. It can happen like in one of those fast situations that you described. And what we usually teach is not only too good to be true, whatever, is that at least in the States and in a lot of countries, investments, you cannot guarantee returns on investments. That is actually illegal. So anybody who is guaranteeing you a return of investment is full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one. And the other one is like, if they could actually flip your $1,000 into $5,000 within a week, why would they need your money to be flipped? They could be doing that from the comfort of their home with their
own money over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Is what anybody who had this cheat or this AI algorithm, like the idea is they're selling you greed, right? Like the idea is they're putting dollar signs in your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the other bullshit, people selling you methods, like Instagram millionaires showing off their Lambos and telling you, I have this method and you have to pay the course to learn the method. If you need to sell the course, means that your method doesn't work for you.
Well, it's Tony
And you're
Robbins.
actually,
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
We've seen that unfortunately a million times. It's the Tony Robbins technique. I own thousands of businesses, and all thousands of these businesses are about selling you businesses.
Yeah.
And as long as people keep buying these courses and businesses,
the method is to sell the method. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. You're literally selling nothing. JT, tell me about it. I've been investing into this Shuli network and ain't gotten shit yet.
It's a pink sheet
I'll
stock.
tell you there.
It's an up and comer. It's an up and comer.
It's the penny stocks. Hey, Carl Hamburger's here. He says, hi, Don Lepre.
Oh. Wait a second. When did he change his name from Lady K?
I don't know.
His YouTube name always used to be Lady K.
Now, these people who are being pig butchered, you get them to this point, so they're investing in stuff, and at some point they just keep you. They know how to keep it looking like they're getting returns, or they have like a way to keep these people on the hook. What kind of ways do they keep these people, from running away screaming to the hills, realizing they were scammed? How do they keep it going for months to years?
Well, people don't keep track on. At some point, it gets confusing, I guess. It's not only that they buy the bullshit, it's that it gets confusing on how much money you put in, how much money you took out. A scammer is willing to give you back some of your money if it means that you're going to be putting more. Like if I convince you to put 10,000 and then a week later say, oh, this multiplied and you have like 1,000 more, here's your returns. You're actually down 9,000. And then you are like, oh, okay, let's put more money. This is, I have this opportunity. You have to do it now. We need 25 from you. And you go, okay, I'm going to do 25. And next week here's 2,000 from your winning.
So there's multiple investments, but remember, at the end of the day, this is your friend. This is your friend who's investing right alongside with you too, right? So
okay. So I just want to make sure I got this. Your friend says to you, hey, give me $10,000 for this investment and I'll show you 1,000 in a week. They just give you a 1,000 from the 10,000 you gave them back. So you still made $9,000. They're sitting there going, wow, I'm making money. And that just opens the door for more opportunities to come down the pike to these people, so to speak, that they're going to be happy to have because they saw the $1,000 return.
Yeah.
Wow.
You actually got 1,000 from your own money. Yeah. And the awful part of this is people going into debt. So when people come to our sub telling the story about a friend who they believe is being scammed by this, they don't know what to call it, and we tell them that it's called a pig butchering. What we tell them is it's very difficult to unhook somebody from a pig butchering scam, especially if it has the romance angle, which is more complicated. It's actually people getting like falling in love with their scammers. It's a different biz, but it's the same concept. Now, it's going to be super hard for you to convince your friend, but at least what you should do is like either like stage an intervention or something, like get your friends together, get your family, actually to protect your friends and family, because that friend is going to go around asking for loans to cover for the next investment round. So in the end, maybe your friend is not to be saved, but at least save your other friends and your family and everybody else. Like protect your assets.
Not only are you being butchered, you're gathering up your other friends to be butchered as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's people who cannot handle the situation. They know this doesn't make sense, but they end up enabling the scam because so my dad is getting scammed, whatever, and he cannot make rent, so I'm gonna be paying for his rent. And you're like indirectly collaborating with the scam.
You are.
I don't agree fully, but there's a lot of people on our sub that think that sometimes people need to hit rock bottom to see it. And if you're going to be enabling paying for the covering rent and paying for the credit card or something, you are losing your money to the scam by just trying to save your friend or family member, which is very, very sad. There's no easy answer to this. It's very sad.
So, I mean, your best bet at that point is to shake your friend out of it, hopefully, and get them to stop investing money. But at that point, the money they've already invested, you can kiss goodbye, right?
Yeah, it's gone. It's fucking gone. Forget it.
Yeah. Jesus.
They always use crypto for this. Now, nowadays. Or like you say, wiring money. Wiring money is very, very hard to reverse, almost impossible. So yeah, basically kiss your money goodbye. At least what you can do is like try to set a limit to the thing. Avoid your house going to the second mortgage or something. Like try to convince the family to just cut off this person. So
guys,
it's very sad.
I think that, the number one thing we got to remember here is the first rule that we talked about here is if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah. And, when you're, it's sad because people always hear about these great because so many companies and so many different facets play with people with hope. There's something here for you. They know how to bait a hook. And people are used to it. They go through their lives.
Hackmania.com, everybody.
Yeah.
Get your
tickets now for hackmania.com. Use promo code CREEP, save 20%. So many people keep their eyes, like I said earlier, on the prize of this money that common sense goes out the fucking window. So the question that I have for you is, what percentage of people end up like that end up doing these scams go on for these long periods of time? Are most people, getting conned like for that first round and going, oh, this is bullshit, and getting out of it? Is this pig butchering stuff happening a lot?
It is happening a lot, but I think the bigger volume is the short, fast one-offs. But I have no evidence to back my opinion. I think the bigger volume goes into these fast situations. Pig butchering are the most disrupting. It's bigger money. People lose houses. They lose retirement money. So it is a bigger news piece, if you want to say it like that. But I think the bigger volume by combined, I would say, is more the fast things.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the thing with those is they come from so many different places. Like I said, there's still the guy knocking on your door trying to scam you.
Yeah.
There's still the guy outside the Walmart trying to scam you. There's still the guy, with pulling the, like I said, the missing cats. Like somebody who lost their fucking cat.
The fake golden ring in the gas station. I need money for gas. Here's a gold ring in exchange. That happens a lot. We get it reported, like, I wouldn't say every day, but almost every day. So you still have that. You still see the faces of people scamming you. Of course, the bigger bulk of the things we get reported in our sub, because it is happening in a sub, is digital. But yeah, totally, I agree. It's like you can totally see the faces of your scammers.
See, I feel like back in the day, we had con artists. We had people who were, not afraid to smile you, look it in the eyes, and, rob you blind. Now it's a lot easier to be a scammer because most of the shit is completely anonymous.
Sure.
But do you think that makes the one-on-one stuff more susceptible to that?
Yes, nowadays I think people aren't expecting it as much.
Yeah.
You know what?
I would agree. Yeah.
You asked me earlier, Card, if I've ever been scammed, and I thought about it while we were talking. And I'll tell you the one where somebody got me. And this is such a stupid thing, but I've watched this happen multiple times since it happened to me. I was walking into a gas station.
When it's 2-for-1 pizzas, Vinny, you're paying for the price of 2 pizzas. That's the scam. The price is higher when it's 2-for-1.
You keep trying to convince me of this, but it can't possibly be right because there's 2 pizzas, you idiot. There's 2 pizzas, okay?
It's double the price of one pizza.
Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. I can't hear you over 2 pizzas, okay?
Go on, Vinny,
So
please.
I walk in and a dude walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, man, listen. This had to be like early 2000s. Hey, man, listen. I'm trying to get a name for my band. I got a CD here. I'm giving out CDs for free." And then they give me, like, they'll hand you a CD. They go, "Hey, man, how about a donation? How about $10 a donation for the CD?" After they already handed you the CD. So now you feel like, what are you gonna do? Hand it back to him? And it's like, oh, this guy's an artist. He's trying to be a musician. Dude, I got back to my car and I put it in. It was a fucking ripped version of Hanson's Mbop.
Well, he didn't do the sign. He didn't sign it for you. Because that's the Times Square guy.
He may have done it. He may have signed it for me. But that's like an example of someone like lying to your face.
Yeah.
That shit still happens.
The speaker scams. I don't know. Have you ever had the speaker scams or what else were they selling? Like DVD players or some shit or projectors. Have you ever had those guys pull up to you?
No.
Oh no. So they'll pull up.
Earbuds.
These guys will pull up. Sorry, go ahead, Scammy.
Earbuds. Fake earbuds.
Okay, yeah, the fake AirPods, whatever, yeah. But they pull up to you. These fell off a truck, or we were making deliveries. We did the pickup, and they gave us 2 sets of these speakers, and they have a printout of the website where these speakers are worth $10,000. Like, these are the greatest speakers ever, and they just go from person to person to person. I've had them approach me tons of times. I guess I look.
We still see that. We see that on the sub once in a while.
Do you?
So
really?
It happens. Yeah, it happens.
I ran into one. Probably a couple months ago. I actually ended up calling the cops because I knew they were just out there. They were just out there scamming old people. But I don't know what exactly the scam was. But basically, these 2
We have
teenagers.
a case of Metamucil. We'll sell it to you for $100.
These 2 teenagers in a beat up Honda Civic, like falling apart Honda Civic, and they taped like some taxi sign to the side of the Civic. Like, it was a very bad looking taxi. It could have passed for a taxi, but it very obviously wasn't a taxi. And the guy was basically going up to old people coming out of the store, saying my debit card's not working, or I forgot what it was. Like, basically, we're trying to get the people to pay the taxi driver because his card isn't working, and they were going to send them money or something like that. But they were just going up to every old guy walking out of the store and like trying to get money out of him. It was pretty fucked up, but it was like not a taxi. It very clearly wasn't a taxi, but they were just trying to get just pull money from people. It was fucking gross.
That's pretty heinous.
Yeah.
So there's lots of levels of this, folks. Be wise. I guess the number one rule we learned tonight, and I can't reiterate it enough, if it seems too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And sometimes folks, when you are trying to do the right thing, like Cardiff was just explaining, people are looking to just hurt you. So here's my lesson. Don't do anything good for anybody else. Make sure you check the address bar of any emails or anything weird or any links that you follow. Make sure you're checking those. And, don't be stupid. Realize that this stuff is out there and keep your guard up. Did I nail it, Scammy? Did I get this right? Or
Obviously not, Vinny. You screwed up again.
Okay, I guess we shouldn't do it then. Hey, Scammy, you still there with us, my man?
We lost Scammy. We're losing you?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. What I was trying to tell you is that you forgot that you should always get 2 pizzas. Because it's 2 pizzas, man. Yeah.
Now I'm hungry. Scammy, I got to say thank you for your time tonight. You've been an absolutely wonderful guest, man. I've really appreciated talking to you and your thoughtfulness about explaining this stuff to people and your willingness to help educate. So, thank you for that. Sincerely, we mean that. And is there anything that we can promote or plug for you?
No, I mean we're not looking for the sub to grow, but I remember one thing that Jimmy asked me was like, what makes a person an expert on scams? And I don't think it takes a lot. So if people come to our sub and lurk, for like a month, they probably will pick up like 95% of what's out there. And if those people can then have those conversations on the dinner table with their families and friends and loved ones, that would be enormous. Because for me, breaking the barrier between Reddit and the real world, we teach people that when people are thankful for having gotten like some advice from us and identifying a scam or something, what we usually try to tell them is like, okay, now tell everybody you know. And this is there's a story I told Jimmy that a friend of mine got scammed with one of those fake check scams. He caught up before sending the money. And now what he did, instead of trashing the check, he framed it and hang it on a wall. So when you go to his house, you see a fake check, or you see a check, and then you ask him, what's this? And he will tell you a story. And now everybody who goes and, wonders what's that on the wall, learns about the check scam. So I think that's the best we can do today. If people, I don't think people should come and participate and comment and be a member. I don't give a shit. But if they lurk or sub for a couple of weeks, they will pick up everything. It's not that hard. So that's my plan.
All right. One more thing before we let you go tonight. Dill Dog, thanks for the $9.99. He would like you, Scam. He says, to the gentleman with the voice modulator, can you please say, you opened it, we came. Now you must come with us, taste our pleasure.
Why does he think I have a voice modulator?
I have no idea.
He is Dill Dog. Dill Dog makes outrageous claims.
So, okay, for $10, okay, I'm going to say, you opened it, we came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures.
Just so you know, we're not giving you any of the $10.
And no,
it's for you. It's for the pizza. Come on, man. It's for the pizza.
Pizzas.
Of course, 2 pizzas.
Scabby, we hope you'll come back and join us sometime. We might revisit this page again. You've been a phenomenal guest. Robert Christensen would like to know. He says, thank you for the $1.99. Scammy, which penis enlargement pill is not a scam? He'd like to know that before you go.
All of them.
I keep buying them, and no luck, man. So far, sorry.
It always worked for me.
Hey, Scammy, I have some that work. Would you like to buy them?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to need you to send me the 6-digit verification code that just gets sent to your cell phone.
Yes.
And I'll make sure you get your penis enlargement pills, sir. I got you covered. All right, Scammy. Thank you, my friend. We'll see you around the schoolyard.
Take it
easy. Thank you for doing God's work, my man. Bye-bye. Jimmy, great job on getting us a guest. Everybody give it up for Jimmy. Jimmy. Okay, it's just me.
Thank you.
Finally, the fucker did something, huh, Vinny?
Good job, Jimmy. Now go do the other thing I told you to do. Get it done.
Get her on the show.
Get that email.
Get it.
There's one, Vinny. I don't know if you had any you wanted to go through before we wrap up, but there is one that I pulled, and it is topical with today's climate in the Dabbleverse.
Sure, let's check it out and then hit up these super chats.
Yeah, this one really did freak me out. So, me and my ex, the father of my children, have not been getting along lately. I received this email this morning. I'm currently pregnant with twins, and my child's father refuses to answer any calls or text messages since I won't get an abortion. This morning, I recently got this email, not asking for money, but asking to contact a person. I did call the police, of course, but it's not much they could do.
Okay, well, let's see this email.
Important notice. Hi. I would like to let you know the reason why someone would want to kill you. Would you like to know the reason why someone would want to kill you? I was given an assignment yesterday from rentalhitman.com. I was paid $5,000 to carry out the hit. Do message me privately through the following email address, guardianangels.calls@gmail.com, and get back to me ASAP. So like this woman
We've
is
talked about this website on the Creep Off.
Oh, really?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. So I'm assuming it's a scam, and this guy just
No,
lucked
that's
on
a
somebody.
real website.
No. I'm sure it's a real website, but I'm sure, like, why would that's very unprofessional of your hitman to go around you.
Because these people are literally guardian angels. They put a fake website out there to get these people who are actually trying to find hitmen.
Are you
A
fucking
lot of the
kidding
time,
me?
no, it's like
Oh,
the
shit.
FBI does it too.
I thought there was some like dark web website where you could actually rent a hitman.
No, it's
wow.
it's out there as like a catfish because they want to see who's actually out there looking for hitmen.
Well, Stephanie Martinez knows somebody who's out there looking for a hitman.
Ay, Dios
What do they
mío.
do? What do they do with the money?
All right, we got to hit these super chats.
Jeez.
Cardiff, Jimmy, what did we miss? Hit me, show me what we've missed so far.
All right. One from Night M that you didn't mention.
Oh, hi, Night M. Thanks for the $1.99. Congratulations on your nuptials. Stop talking about my drunk dad. I need rubbers. I don't know how those would work, but good luck.
Another one from Dill Dog, his first one.
Hello, Potato. Hi, Cardiff. Thanks for the $9.99, Dill Dog. You're very generous tonight. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you,
Hope
Dill
you're doing
Dog.
well. I hope you enjoyed your comment from Scammy.
Use it in good health. Why you trash me? Thanks for the $4.99. How can John be on Stern for 15 years and not be able to take a joke? Cardiff, that's like your kid growing up being afraid of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates.
That's a good point.
Carbohydrates.
You would think that he would want to be good at jokes.
Or no, just take one. Thank you guys, especially Frog. Thanks for the $10. Love you, Potato. Love you too. Thank you guys, especially Frog.
I like you too.
Thank you. Is that it?
That is it.
All right. Well, we need to thank all of our patrons. We're working on some special stuff coming up for you guys. For our
and we mean it this time.
Well, we did a good job. We just did a fun episode for them a couple Sundays ago. Or a couple Saturdays. We did Evil Kids. If you haven't seen it, that is up there for members and people who have visited subredditsurfing.com and joined the Patreon. You do get a cool sticker if you just sign up for the Patreon that you can show your support for the show. Here's a great question from Why You Trashing Me. Thanks for the $4.99. Would you guys rather be intimate with Helga and Lisa or attempt to work with Stuttering John again? Oh, I'd let fucking Helga and Lisa Eiffel Tower me.
I was going to say,
I work with God.
Is there a way those two things can be one?
I prefer not.
We're going to employ Stuttering John in our intimates with the great. But our patrons, we want to thank you all. And here I've got it, Vinny. I think you're hunting.
Oh, you got
for
it? Right.
Yeah, I got it. Bob K, Kinky Loco, JT, Eugene the Bichon Freeze, Jimmy the Lip, Steve Martin, Fred Rush, Hunter Duke, Colin Oates, Jervis Tetch, Gut, CMOS 4044, Jib Mob, Jabone Slocum, Aaron Lewis, David Wilson, Hamad A, Fisker Whisker, Steve, Bjorn Cray, Derek K, Stoneman 623, Pony Power, Tyler P, Victor F, Gregory K, Brinkamania, Carly, Dr. Steve, Mr. Wiggles, Charlie NYC, John K, Brian, Grampy's Champions, Kindy, Joe Sposto, Ray Guitard, Balsam, Cal N, Jr.,
Kyle
James
not
G,
Jr.,
Droid Sith, Nick B, Two-Faced Lion Bastard, Nicholas Thomas, and Empty Daily. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Night M just sent us another super chat, Cardiff.
Night M, thanks for 109. Vinny, my dad threatened kill my mom. Don't ignore. Did you see the clip?
I did.
Okay.
He's just talking about how everybody is going to hassle her and how everybody's going to treat her the same way they treat him, and her life is going to be over the way as she knows it. That's obviously what he meant.
Also, that he's going to strangle her in her sleep when he breaks into her home.
I think he meant that too.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
The threats to Ray DeVito were worse, Vinny.
You know what? I will mention that. I did see that because I did watch a little bit of Potato Soup. Within the first 5 minutes, you were playing the Vinny's Fat song. So you go fuck yourself, Cardiff.
It was a super chat. I had no choice. They made me.
But I want to point this out, and I'm really kind of upset about this. John claims that he found it out.
Vinnie's back and round. He has to weigh at least 100 pounds. Vinnie's back and round. He can barely reach his pubic mound.
I just know pubic mound. That's my favorite part of the song. I have to get the
I'm
pubic.
aware. I know you keep telling me. You've mentioned it. So I'm just saying that he's trying to take credit for Ray's show getting canceled. I don't know what the story is there, but John, trying to take credit for that is not a noble thing. Teaching somebody a lesson that way is not a noble thing. You were very upset, and I actually felt bad for you when your gigs got canceled. It's not
Especially
a
that
cool
March-
thing that happened to you.
Actually, March 10th at the Carlson when that got canceled.
He canceled that himself. But
That's
that
right.
thing that happened in Austin or San Antonio, wherever it was, and you know, that shit's always. I think when anybody messes with anybody outside of the streams and stuff like that, obviously the gay ops are just stupid, and I hate them. But don't take credit for something like that, dude. We know you didn't do anything, but it's just not a good look.
He's not a smart guy, Vinny. He's
Whatever.
not. Every wrong decision. There, every time, John would be like some role-playing game where, every time you get a move and you get a choice between two things, they have to choose for this, whatever stupid game this is. It's always the wrong one.
Dr. Scotty Jones says, I 100% believe John got it canceled. How? Like, if he thinks he's got Bob Stroop's number, he dropped Bob Stroop's name. Bob Stroop booked the Columbus Funny One. I don't even think he lives in Columbus anymore. I think he lives in Florida. I don't think John doesn't have these people, whatever.
I believe, and I'm telling you, I believe whatever happened to him in Texas or wherever it was, where there were calls to the club about violence towards women, and they canceled his gig because of that. He made that up, and then I believe he used that same technique. He remembered in his head, well, that worked once, and he used that same technique. I think he just called the bartender at the Columbus Funny Bone and said something stupid like that.
I don't think any of it works that way. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it's Bush League, man. It's a Bush League thing to do. Sorry your gig got canceled, Ray.
I don't think it got canceled because of John making a call.
I know it didn't, but I know that he had a gig that got canceled. It's just such a douchebag move. He sees that, he's like, oh, I did it. He's just trying to act tough and big, and it's just not fucking cool. It's just stupid.
Anyway. Carrie Grovenvelt, thank you for the $2. Aaron will destroy Drunky for threatening Susanner. Aaron Imholt?
Oh, God. All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all of you. We will see you next time we feel like doing an episode of Subreddit Surfing. Until then, aloha.
This was fun.
It was fun. Bye. Adios.
Surf's up.